Yeah. What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing to cook up and break down some of this WNBA action. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the WNBA Layup session. I got my guy, Chris Ruffolo, here with me, and we just doing what we do, man, and that's talking some hoops, specifically this WNBA. Chris, what's happening, my man? How you doing today? How you doing?
Doing all right, man. Like you said, it's you know, just here to break down some WNBA action. We're in that part of the year where it's just baseball, WNBA, the NBA and NHL are wrapping up, so gonna have to start locking in a little bit more and just breaking it down and seeing how we see it. And we're starting to get into the point of the year where we have a bit of a sample size to work with, and sometimes we've had some rematches already. We're getting into the meat and potatoes of the Commissioner's Cup, so yeah, I'm ready to break it down today. Ready to see if we can make some money. How you doing?
Doing good, man. I've been fairly hot in the dub, especially on my top play, and cashed another one yesterday with the Mystics, and looking to keep the momentum rolling forward into tonight. Um, Smaller card today, just two games, but y'all know the drill, man. Finna let y'all know our thoughts, our opinions, get y'all the information you need to know, and get y'all, ladies and gentlemen, in and out of here. Of course, all we ask is that you smash the like button for us. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As I always say, man, if you rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter. There's a link for both in the description below. You can follow my guy Chris Ruffolo on Twitter as well at Ruff the Pick Dawgz. So, Chris, man, let's do the damn thing, man. Let's talk about some WNBA basketball today. The first game on the board, we got the worst team in the league, the Connecticut Sun, at home at the crib with the Atlanta Dream rolling in. Dream, double-digit favorites on the road. How you feeling here in this one?
Yeah, I think I got to roll with the dream here. It's not always ideal laying double digits on the road, laying points on the road. Sometimes these bigger favorites don't come through, but I understand people will probably see the Sun and just jump on and pile on to how bad the Sun have been after getting pummeled by 48 by the Liberty. But I think that it's not really going to change much here against the Dream. I mean, the Dream already won the first meeting between these two by 24 points this season. They held the Sun to 55 points in that game. That's where the Dream aren't necessarily known as a defensive team. But I think there's just so much of a gap between the Sun and the rest of the WNBA this season, to where they're already being outscored by 23.8 points per 100 possessions this year. They've just been getting absolutely crushed. And the reason why I'm comfortable laying double digits on the road is because point differential matters in the Commissioner's Cup games. So I think the teams aren't going to be, just as quick to just take their foot off the gas, especially having to take on the Liberty, who already, like we said, have that 48-point win. I think the Dream are just going to want to try to make up some of that deficit if they see themselves finishing near the top of the East in that Commissioner's Cup race. So I'm going to roll with the Dream here. You have a team that can make threes against a team that struggles to defend them. The Sun giving up 40% from three this season. Yeesh. Yeah, give me the Dream in this one.
Yeah, this is a tough game for me. I typically like playing on teams that the following game after getting taken behind the woodshed, they usually come back and have more pride and play well. I've also told you guys ad nauseum this season why I think the Sun are and will be the worst team in the league. The Dream, I'm a little uncomfortable laying this sizable number with this team, especially on the road. The Dream are a team that can get hot or cold from the line, so it's like if they're hitting their shots, they're gonna blow this team out. So I'm not mad at nobody laying the points here. I would even think about, if you like the Dream tonight, I would say think about laying an extended. We've seen how bad the Sun have been in certain spots and situations this season. Um, but I'm also a little worried about the Dream not shooting well on the road tonight. The Sun playing much better after that complete meltdown or whatever word you want to use for it against the Liberty, and they have one of their best efforts of the season tonight. This is one of my least favorite games, in quite some time here in the WNBA. If I were forced to play it, I would probably lean towards the Sun in the bounce back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game after getting taken behind the woodshed in complete embarrassing fashion. So that's the way I would lean. But I don't want to put money on the Sun. So, that's my thoughts on that game, ladies and gentlemen. We keep it rolling. We head over to the last and final game of the night, where it's my hometown team, the Dallas Wings, looking for their first home win of the season. They're not favored to do it. The Sparks are road favorites here in this one. 1.5, 2-point home favorites. Do your line shopping depending on which way you like. The Wings will be without Paige Beckers in this one. She's still out due to concussion protocol. These are one of the worst teams in the league. We just talked about the worst team, the Sun. Now we're talking about, you know, uh, two of the other three, with that being the Sky, the Wings, and the Sparks. I'm attacking plus money in a game like this tonight. I think Dallas gets his first home win. Everything I look at here, nothing tells me that the Sparks should be road favorites. And that's ultimately where I draw the line in the sand. The Sparks have been terrible pretty much all season long. This team is overrated. This team is overvalued. Um, this team is trash defensively. And while the Wings are trash defensively as well, I think the Wings have enough offensively, even without Paige, to pull one out at home tonight. Fading the Sparks, attacking plus money. I think the Wings get their first home win. I'm on my hometown team tonight, Dallas. How you feeling, Roof?
Yeah, I'm going to be on the over here. You have two teams that have just really struggled to defend this season, and to me, I think that's why this line is a coin flip, because I could honestly see either one of these teams getting run out of the gym. Potentially both. Both these teams have not been shy about giving up 85, 90 points in a game this season. The Sparks, yes, I agree, especially after that last performance, are overrated and overvalued at times, and you know, I think the defense has been a lot of the reason for that. I think once they get Cameron Brink back, that'll bring back some of that defensive presence that maybe they'll sort of get it back on track. But for right now, until they do, I think they're going to keep giving up points. I think the Wings are going to definitely give up points. I think there's a reason I'm going to start calling them the Alice Wings is because there's no D being played with this team whatsoever. So give me the over Wings Sparks. I think we got a bit of a track meet brewing here.
I like that over as well. I like it. I do. I do. I do. I do. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That's all. We covered everything under the sun, both games for you guys. All we ask is that you smash the like button for us. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with us, rock with us. We're active on social media. You can follow us both there. There's a link for both of them in the description below. And we have premium plays over at the site. I am 11-3 on my top play in the WNBA this season. Been seeing the board extremely well on that top play. You can scoop it up for 19 bucks. Every day there's WNBA available. So with that being said, I got one tonight. Looking to go 12-3 on that play after tonight. Scoop it up. Pick Dawgz Premium. And then of course WNBA finals still going on. Dog days are here though, with the finals winding down, NHL winding down. It's going to be a lot of hoops in the dub and a lot of baseball. So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get comfortable with these WNBA teams to give us something else to look at other than baseball. We're hitting the ground hard. We're hitting the ground running. So we got y'all throughout the summer. Share this with a friend. Share this with a coworker, your betting group chat, whoever. Let's make some money betting hoops. Chris, what you got going on today, buddy?
I got for WNBA, I got my WNBA game of the week on the board. I also got my MLB play of the day, my pick off play for 15 bucks, and I got that as part of my hoops and homers 5-pack on the board. 4 MLB plays and that WNBA game of the week. But we always say at best values, hop on something long term. You could pair myself up with Jay. You could pair either of us up with any of the other cappers at the website. Could make you some money that way. But remember to use that promo code PICK at checkout. Get 15% off your purchase.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. See y'all tomorrow. Money making Friday. Let's do the damn thing. We out here. Peace.